Welcome back to Overtime Heroics. I'm Mason Shatwell, and joining me today is UFC star Kris Moutinho. Chris, how are you, man?
I'm great, brother. How are you?
I'm doing very well. I'm going to jump straight into it. UFC 264, you made your debut, not just on the UFC, it was a Conor card, and it was on the main card as well against Suga Sean OMalley. Describe to me how was it making your debut in the UFC?
It was amazing, brother. It was everything that I ever dreamed of. You know what I mean? Like I've been training for 10 plus years, trying to make it there and watching all these guys and guys I know and guys I've trained with make it to the UFC. So it was just everything. I didn't expect it to be so big. Like I didn't expect to be on a Conor McGregor card, being on the main card, my very first fight. So it was a little bit bigger than I expected, but it's how God intended it to be, you know.
How did this come about? Because obviously we know Sean's opponent originally came out injured, wasn't able to fight, and we was all speculating who he was going to fight, Ricky Simone, maybe Tim Elliott, guys like that, and then your name came up. How did you guys get in the contact with the UFC about this fight?
It was kind of just luck, man. You know what I mean? It was like his opponent pulled out, and my manager was like, "Hey, Chris, you want to just throw your name in there? It's probably a long shot. You probably won't get picked, but we can just try." You know what I mean? And then a couple days later, they were like, "Okay, they took your name. They're gonna present it to him." So 5 minutes after that, I was getting DMs from random people I'd never met telling me I was gonna get killed, I was gonna die, I was gonna get knocked out. And then 5 minutes after that, my manager calls me back. He's like, "Yo, you got it, man. You got the shot. So now it's time to make weight and be a professional." You know what I mean? Like this is something I've been dreaming of, man. And no matter what the situation, no matter who it is, I'm never gonna say no. So that's just it.
Sean O'Malley fans kind of remind me of Conor McGregor fans. They'll support the guy no matter what, and obviously, as you mentioned, you got the messages. Was that a first for you getting some sort of, I'd say, abusive messages saying you're going to get killed in there?
Yeah, I got a lot of negativity at first, a lot of hate how messages on Facebook telling me I'm gonna get killed, I'm gonna die, all that stuff. It happened for about a week till they heard me talk, and then I started getting nicer messages, and they were like, "Oh man, whatever happens, man, I hope it's a good fight." You know what I mean? So it's changed. I still get some negativity, I still get some positivity. You know what I mean? It's a little bit of both now, and that stuff doesn't bother me either way, man. You're still giving me some kind of attention, and that's what we need in this sport, man. Hate me, love me. I'm ready for wherever this goes, you know.
100%. And I've noticed a lot watching Sean over the years. He tends to have a sort of animosity between him and his opponent every time. Because I'm sure he likes to rile up the fans, and it didn't seem like there was too much of that with you and Sean. Was you expecting any ill feelings between yourself and O'Malley?
Nah, man. Realistically, a fight's a fight, bro. We fight and then we go home. You know what I mean? Like there was again. I'm still like I'm a competitive person. I'm mad I lost, man. I would love to do it again. I would love to do all that stuff, and maybe down the road we will. Who knows? I don't know what the future holds. Right now, my only focus is winning fights and building my name up and getting to a title and getting to be a world champion and a Hall of Famer and all the things that I dreamed of when I was 18 years old. But no, man, realistically, I think he's a different person when he's not on camera. When he's on camera, he seems like a very nice dude. When he's on camera, him and his coach, they talk a little bit and get in your face, and that's where the crap talk comes out. You know what I mean? That's when I started talking, and everybody started talking, and it was after they're in front of a camera and they get to speak. So you know what I mean. So, but when I saw him outside the ring and outside the cage, like no cameras around, he seemed like a pretty chill dude.
100%. And I'm going to talk about the fight. What was you expecting from Sean leading into there? Because obviously everyone knows what he brings to the table. What were you expecting during that fight? Obviously, you didn't
Um,
prepare.
that's pretty much what I got. You know what I mean? Like I expected him to be fast. I expected him to be athletic, explosive. I didn't think he was going to throw as many combinations. Like the fights I did see, he throws single punch. What I saw, he throws single punches. He didn't throw so many combinations put together. He throws single shots and lands big shots, and guys usually get hurt. So that's what I expected. I expected a lot of spinning attacks and stuff like that. But that's why I was going forward. If I go forward, you can't spin. You know what I mean? If I back up, that's when he starts spinning and all that stuff. There's things I just didn't do, man. There's things I do in training and in practice, and guys that spar me on a regular know what I do. You know what I mean? Like I feint more, I move into my shots, I set up my shots a lot better. I use my wrestling to get in tight and didn't really wrestle. Didn't really feint either. Didn't really do any of the things that are gonna get me into range to land the shots. Hey man, it is what it is, man. I can't go back in time. I can't cry over spilt milk, man. We just gotta improve and get better, and I gotta work with my coaches and my great coaches, man. I had great coaches, great teammates, and I'm just ready. I'm ready to see where this goes.
100%, man. Obviously, the result didn't end up going your way, and I know a lot of people was expecting Sean to stop you in the first, to be honest, and I know that was the thoughts of many people. How did it feel to obviously get to the third round? The third round, and in my opinion, I think the referee should have let it go to the final bell because it didn't seem like Sean was going to knock you out. It just seemed like he was landing a few.
Yeah, for sure. I think it definitely should have kept going, man. I should have been allowed to finish. I've seen fights look a lot worse than that, man. Realistically, I know I took 200 punches, but they've looked a lot worse. And there's been fights where they've let go and they let guys go. So obviously, I thought it should have kept going, but nah, dude, it is what it is, man. This fight game, I knew I was gonna be able to last in there, man. I know who I am. I know what I've been in there with, and I know who I've been in there with, man. I know I'm tougher than everybody expected it to be. I know how to fight and know I can be in a fight. I love the war. I love the dog fight. And I'm just that's how I'm built, man. I was built to do this. I was built to do this. Win, lose, or draw. I'm built to be in a war. I'm built to put on exciting fights and now I just gotta fix the little thing, fix the little mistakes, the little things that everybody on my Instagram is telling me, oh, you need to work head movement. Like I just stand in the gym and get punched in the face every day. Like that's what I do. I just stand there and take punches. No, we work everything, man. We work everything. I just gotta fine tune some things, and you're gonna see a whole different thing from me the next time I get in the cage.
What was fight week like during the UFC? Because obviously, as I mentioned at the beginning of the interview, it's a Conor McGregor card, which makes it 10 times bigger anyway, and it was on a main card of a pay per view.
Yeah, man, it was something I've never experienced before. You know what I mean? Like the fight itself, and most of the interactions with the other people, other fighters and stuff, that felt normal to me. You know what I mean? It felt like every other fight I've ever been on. What didn't feel normal is the amount of pictures and cameras in front of your face and people asking you questions and stuff that I'm not really equipped to handle, dude. I'm a shy person. I'm a quiet dude, realistically. So I don't like all that stuff. But hey, it was cool, man. It's something I'll get used to, and I've been around guys that are at the highest levels of the sport for most of my life, man. You know what I mean? So I know what I was expecting. I just didn't expect it so fast, you know.
Understand. I want to talk about your Instagram now because I remember you was on, I think, 3,000 followers before the fight, and you jumped up way up to what 175,000 now. How was you expecting a boost that big?
Of course not. And no, I was even less than that, bro. When I started before I got this fight, I was at 1,100 people. 1,100 people on my Instagram, man. Now I'm at 171,000. And no, bro, I didn't expect that, man. I know guys that have been in the UFC 5, 6 years now and don't have that many people. It's just a weird thing, man. Keep saying it to everybody that I know. It's like it's almost wasted on me, bro. I see all these other guys posting videos every three minutes, and they're really good at their social media, and I'm just a very quiet dude, and I'm not very good at this whole social media thing, man. It's like I feel bad for the people following me, kind of, because I'm so boring. So I gotta figure it out. I gotta try to make it exciting for him, man, because it's just not in my nature. It's not who I am as a person, man. I'm a pretty quiet dude, sit in my house, and I watch a lot of Netflix. That's basically me, man. That doesn't make very good videos, you know.
Yeah, well, I personally think that's the best way to live your life. Quiet life, do what you need to do. But I want to talk about before, obviously, you was working, I think, 80 hours a week at a paint store and then you quit. But how was you able to manage working in that many hours and then still going back to train?
It might be a little exaggerated, man. It was like 60, 70 hours, something like that. But whatever it is, man, I was working a shitload, and it was overtime, working some Saturdays, working like 6 days a week. It was tough, man. It was tough. But it's like it's anything you want, man, you can make happen if you really want it. You know what I mean? I would go to work. I would work from like wake up at 4:30 in the morning, work till 3:30, 4 o'clock, then I would head right to the gym. You know what I mean? I'd leave work, go right to the gym. I'd train for like 2 or 3 hours. I'd come home, hang out with my girlfriend for a little bit, do it all again. And it was hard, man. It was rough, but like it's what I say about anything. You want something enough, you're gonna make it happen. It doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter. And then a month before the fight, I decided like I'm really gonna make it happen, man. I had a couple wins under my belt. I made a couple good decisions. I have a good team. I had good people around me. My girlfriend had a decent job. She decided, hey, man, if you really need to do this, you can do this. You can quit your job. And I started trying to work for myself, make a little business for myself, do personal training, teach some classes at some schools, and literally a month later I'm in the UFC. So it's just obvious, man. If you really follow the path that you're supposed to live, man, and do try not to be a bad person, good things will happen to you.
100%. These are the stories that I love to hear. Obviously, working so many hours, you get your big break in the UFC, and now you're in the UFC. Was you expecting to be in the UFC anytime soon before the Suga Sean OMalley opportunity came up?
Not really, man. I thought I needed like one or two more, like because I'm my last, well, technically my last five fights, man. I'm 2-3. You know what I mean? I had two losses in a row, and then I won two fights. Then I got the Sean OMalley fight. So I thought I was like I needed to get a little bit more away from those losses. You know what I mean? The UFC was looking at me, so it's like I hear people like, who is this dude? Like the UFC wasn't looking at me already, or they wouldn't even gave me the time of day. You know what I mean? So they knew who I was, but I needed like a couple more wins, and I was expecting to be on like a contender and do the new normal route. You know what I mean? Go up the way everybody else goes up, and then slow play it that way. But hey, man, this is the way it was intended for me, I guess, and I'm so happy it was the way it is, man. I'm that like right now it sucks because it's like I'm still a competitor and it sucks to lose, and I don't want to be known as the guy that just can take a beating. You know what I mean? Took an ass whooping, and that's how it's looking right now. That's how it looks like. Everybody's sending me like, man, that's really inspirational. You took an ass whooping, you kept going, but hey, it is what it is, man. I know who I am as a person. I know what I bring to the table, and it's just very exciting. It's going to be very exciting to see where we go with this and who we get to smash their head open next.
100%. As you mentioned before, when you said meeting the fighters on fight week, it felt normal. Was there anyone that surprised you at all? Was there anyone that was down to earth that you thought wouldn't be, or the other way around?
Yeah, there was a couple of the guys on the undercard. Like I met Nico Price a little bit, talked to him and he was super cool. Like everybody was super cool, man. They just like I know we look at everybody that's in the UFC as like superstars and celebrities, and they're like, but they're just normal guys, man. That's what it feels like. Everybody's just normal people, and they just do what they love to do, and that's what I think life should be, man. Everybody should like if you're doing a job that you freaking hate just to make money, man. Unless you have children or something that you have to do it, do something you love. Find what you love and do what you love. It doesn't have to be fighting. It can be freaking. You like working on computers. You like working on cars, do it, but love what you do because you only have one life, man. You have one life to live and just make the most out of it, man.
Couldn't agree anymore. I'm going to take you back to the start of your career. How did you first get involved within the sport?
Um, Pretty cliche, man. Pretty cliche how most of these guys do it. You know what I mean? I found wrestling when I was in high school, man. I loved wrestling. It gave me my first like taste of like confidence, self-confidence and belief in myself. And then after high school, man, I'm doing what every other idiot's doing. Like I didn't wasn't really a college wasn't my way. I'm just hanging out with my buddies doing little stupid jobs and drinking too much. Then my first coach, George Rivera, opened up his gym in my hometown. Decided I'll give it a try, man. Took a couple shots to the face and realized, hey, man, this is what I love. You know what I mean? This is what I was gonna do. And from there on, man, I was just a gym rat, man. I was in the gym every day and working super hard, and got my first fight and never turned back.
100%. I'm always interested into talking fighters about some difficulties they've had throughout the careers and what sacrifices they've had to make. So, what sacrifices have you made throughout your career? Obviously, we know you worked a hell of a long hours throughout the week, but has there been any other major sacrifices you've made?
Sacrifice is not really, man. Like I have a great family, man. I have a great family and great. The only thing I've ever really had to sacrifice is time, man. Time away from my girlfriend, time away from my family, and it's hard, man. It really is hard. It's like it's hard to build a relationship with people and have to give very little time, and you have to really, because this stuff is a real focus, man. You're really doing it, but I don't believe that you have to completely be away from. You can have things you love and still do this. It's just about wanting it enough, man, and pushing towards it and making it work. I see a lot of fighters and a lot of people that completely vacate their families to just to be fighters, and I don't think you have to do that. I think teach his own and teach how they feel like they have to make it happen. But I love my family. I love my girlfriend. I love the people in my life, and I wouldn't turn away from them for nothing, man. So we've made it work, and it's just gonna keep grinding and keep um making the dream happen.
What gives you the most motivation to continue to fight, apart from the love of the sport itself?
My family. Period. My family is everything to me. My family, my girlfriend. Without them, I'm nothing. I'm less than a man. You know what I mean? My girl. Since I found my girlfriend, she literally does everything for me. She makes this. She handles all the talking, all the people that I can't talk to and don't know how to talk to. Man, she's handling all my business stuff, and she's handling all my talking to the UFC for me, talking to my managers, and it's just amazing to see how what the people I love will do for me and what I'm willing to do for them, and it's what wakes me up and allows me to have the strength to go in there and get punched in the face and keep doing this.
I'll tell you one thing that did surprise me after the fight. Obviously, you fought Sean OMalley on the Saturday, and I remember seeing a post on Instagram. Kris Moutinho fights Sean OMalley on the Saturday. The next Monday, you're in teaching jiu-jitsu. So that's one thing I give you respect for. It teaching does teaching give you some kind of satisfaction in a way as well? Because obviously you're passing your knowledge on to other people.
Yeah, man, it's what I was taught the sport is supposed to be about. It's supposed to be giving back to other people, and you learn this to give it to other people. You know what I mean? That's the point of this sport, man. It's not just here. I'm gonna take everything, keep it, and hide it, and lock it away, man. So it's cool, man. I like teaching, and eventually one day I'm gonna have my own gym and do do this for the rest of my life. That's my goal. Right now, I'm gonna be taken back from teaching a little bit just so I can get into a really good schedule of training all the time and doing all this stuff. But I love teaching and I love showing especially younger people and people that want to do this too, man. Like, because realistically, there's so many people and there's so many people trying to do exactly what I'm doing, probably more qualified than me to do it, man. People with more athleticism, stronger, faster. Man, it's the only thing that I got that I feel like I've got that nobody else has is this inside my chest. You know what I mean? I got this thing, and there's people that have strong ones, man, but they don't have this one, and that's the only thing that I truly believe is puts me apart from other people.
100%, man. Do you know when you want to get back in the cage at all?
Yeah, man, I'm gonna take some time, man. I'm gonna take some time just to improve my skills, and I'm gonna be going out to Vegas soon to check about the weight, see if I can see what they think about me cutting down to 125. So I might be going 25. I might be staying 35. Who knows? So I'm gonna be taking like 5, 6 months, maybe the beginning of next year. I'll get back in there, man. It's like now that I got here, I'm not rushing. You know what I mean? I'm not rushing through this shit. I'm gonna take my time and I'm gonna build my name. And I'm looking to be here for a very long time, man. I'm not like these other guys. I'm not trying to come and be out in 2 fights. I'm trying to be here for the rest of my career and show the world who I am.
With the Sean OMalley fight being on what 9 days notice, how was your weight cut for that? Was it difficult to make the weight?
Man, it was the easiest. I think it was the easiest cut I've ever had. Realistically, you know what I mean. It's like I have once you're in the UFC, man, you don't realize all the tools they have for you. Like, you know what I mean? That's why I'm saying I gotta go back out there because it's just out there and get tested and checked because it's like I've never had the ability of have a dietitian right here for me and have people that know what they're doing and tell you what to drink, when to drink it, how what to eat, when to lose the weight, all that stuff. And you just have so many tools available to you. It's like I'd be stupid not to take advantage of it. And that's what I'm gonna do now, man. I'm gonna really focus, dial in on my diet and make myself a because I'm usually a fat kid right now, man. And I've been a fat kid for the last week or so, and it's bad, man. I can tell. And as a professional athlete, I can't be eating like this and treating my body like this. And I gotta really dial it all in and make myself into a finely tuned machine. Just in, especially if I'm going to go 25. So we got things to work on, things to tune in, and I'm going to be talking to my coaches and figuring all that stuff out.
100%, man. I've just got a couple more. I've got to ask, where was the inspiration for the green hair?
The green hair was just a spur of the moment thing. It was like the only color I haven't done yet, man. I got bored during COVID and we started like dyeing my hair. So I started doing all these different colors. I did a couple fights ago, I did blue. Last fight I did pink. So green was like the only color I didn't do. I did purple on my own. I did blonde. I did all the colors. So I was like, green might work. And then it realized just to happen to fit because of all the Irish people and everything else. So we were like, fuck it, let's do it. And seems like people don't want me to change it. So, but we're gonna change it again for the next one. And I can't be tied down to one color, man.
I'm going to ask you for some advice here. I'm going to use myself as an example. I'm due to have my first amateur fight in a couple of weeks' time. If you was to give someone like me one piece of advice, what would it be?
Just stay with it, man. Just stay with it and grind, bro. This sport is highest highs, lowest lows, and losses can't define you as a person, and you can't let anybody down, man. Realistically, the only person you can let down in that cage is yourself. And this is what a lot of people get into. They get into it. They're so worried about winning that they don't have fun. They don't enjoy the experience. And they don't just let everything go, man. Go in there and fight, man, and just do everything that you know you can do. And win, lose, or draw, man. Just be happy with yourself and know that what I go out there every time to look at, man, is to make the other guy know who my name and know that he would never want to fight me again. And that's what all these young kids need to understand, man. Learn from your mistakes, build on your skills, and just go out there and just have fun, brother.
100%. Do you have any shout outs or sponsors you'd like to sign off with before we end?
No, man. I just want to thank you for allowing me to come talk, man. I want to thank all the people that have supported me my whole life, everybody that's ever helped me, my girlfriend, my mom, all my family members, and my teammates and coaches. Thank you, guys.
And lastly, how can people find you on social media?
You can find me on my Instagram, Chris_is_souls, my Twitter, my Facebook, everything else, man. Just come follow me. Help me build this thing.
100%, man. Chris, it's been a pleasure talking to you, man, and I can't wait to see what you do next.
God bless, brother. Thank you.
Take care, brother.